Hi, this is Nancy L.T. Hamilton with a jewelry tip today, and today we're going to talk about how to sand. A lot of people don't know how to do it, and there's really one way to do it, and that's it. And I'm going to show it to you. It's fabulous. It's pretty simple. It's just really, it takes energy, which is why God invented sanding discs, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so what you need is your piece. And this piece is a little scratched up. It's been rumbling around in my jewelry containers. And I need to take off these scratches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a 320 grit waterproof wet and dry paper. Now you can also work with this with water if you want to keep the dust down, which is probably not a bad idea. You should protect your lungs. But since I'm doing a demo, I'm going to just use this dry. So what you want to do, a lot of people use sanding sticks. You can certainly do that. You can make yourself a block, which I don't ever use, so I'm not going to show you that. What I use is my finger. I'll take it, fold it again, and I'm going to go like this. And you only go in one direction. I'm going to run it back and forth in one direction until all the scratch marks are the only ones I can see are the ones going in this direction. Now, if you've got some really deep scratch marks, now notice I'm going in the same direction. I turned it, but I'm going in the same direction. If you have some really deep grooves in here, you might need to get a file out, file the metal down, and then use, start with like a 250 or 220. So I'm going to keep this going until I don't see any other scratches but the ones going in this direction. Okay. Looking pretty good, actually. Looks pretty good. Okay, now 400, my next one up. Same thing, wet, dry. I am going to go across those scratches. So now I don't want to go in that direction anymore. I want to go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to sand until all those prior marks that I put down are gone. As you can see, they're still there, so it's going to take a little more elbow grease and get them off. It would help a lot if I put my chair up. Oh, there we go. Who needs a gym? I sand. With these big, strong, muscly arms and a big, flabby everything else. I'm only going to do half this, kids, because I'm getting tired. Alright. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to switch to 6. Remember, I'm pretend this doesn't exist. How about this? Does not exist. I hope that's how you spell it. I was getting it messed up with exit. Okay, now we're going to go this way. Now, remember, we went this way. Now we're going to go this way, and are going to make sure we can't see any of the underlying scratches. Pretty soon I'll be sanding a 1/4 inch square. Now, if I was using water with this, my sandpaper would stay a lot cleaner. See how it's wadding up in the sandpaper, especially in these finer grits. So that's another good reason to use the wet. Have a little bowl of water next to you when you're sanding and rinse it off every once in a while. Notice how Nancy is avoiding that one side. And I turn it because I'm stronger, you know, just turn it where you're comfortable working, you know. So just make sure you're always going in the same direction. Okay, I'm tired. So anyway, after this point, I would use the 1000 grit and go this way. And I think at 1000 grit, you might want to go to 1200. But at 1000, you might be able to get enough of a smooth surface to go in with a cotton buff and God, I can never remember the name of this stuff. Rouge. red rouge. So you take your little buff and red rouge and go ahead and polish it up after the 1000 grit, and I think you'll probably get a pretty good finish on that. It won't be mirror. You'd probably have to take your sandpaper up to like 2000 or so, which you're not going to find it in wet dry. You'll go to the micron papers like this. And these I believe 3M makes, and I get them from Rio Grande. They're a polishing paper, and they go up into the 15 microns and even smaller grit than that. So mirror finishes are tough. Good luck with that one.